The greatest prison people live in is the fear of what others think. David Icke. What if I told you? The life you've been living isn't really yours. The struggles, the setbacks, the constant uphill battles, they're not accidents. They're the result of invisible rules you never consciously agreed to. Rules that were handed down by society, by your upbringing, by the culture you were born into. And here's the brutal truth. Life isn't just a challenge, it's a rigged game designed to keep you small. From the moment you were born, the game was rigged to trap you in cycles of scarcity, doubt, and limitation. And most people, they live their entire lives trapped in that loop, never realizing the game was designed that way. But here's where everything changes. You have the cheat codes. Yes, you heard that right. Hidden within you is the power to rewrite the rules completely, to hack the system from the inside out and create a reality that's not just better, but one that's fully aligned with who you are and what you desire. Look around you. Every disruptor, every visionary, every person who seemed to defy the odds, from tech entrepreneurs to influencers who broke the mold, didn't succeed because they were lucky. They succeeded because they refused to play by the old rules. They saw the cracks in the system and rewrote the game in their favor. And today, that's exactly what you're going to learn to do. This isn't about fluff, no filler, no empty motivation. We're going deep into the real mechanics of how your reality is built, and more importantly, how to break it apart and rebuild it stronger. By the end of this video, you won't just see the rules. You'll know how to hack them and write your own. Are you ready to step out of the illusion and take back control? Let's begin. Part 1. Reality is negotiable. The power of belief and neuroscience. Let's begin with a truth that will change everything for you. Reality is negotiable. Yes, the life you're living right now, your challenges, your successes, your failures, isn't some fixed script written in stone. It's a dynamic reflection of one thing: your beliefs. And at the center of this powerful truth is something hiding in plain sight: your reticular activating system, RAS. So, what exactly is the RAS? Think of your brain as a supercomputer, processing millions of bits of information every second. But here's the thing: if you tried to consciously pay attention to all of it, you'd be completely overwhelmed. That's where the RAS steps in. Its job is to filter that endless stream of data and bring your attention to what's relevant to you. But here's the kicker. You decide what's relevant through your beliefs. Let's break it down with a simple example. Have you ever learned a new word and then suddenly you start seeing it everywhere? That word didn't just magically appear more often, it was always there. But now, your RAS has been programmed to notice it. That's how powerful this system is. Whatever you believe, whether it's "I'm not good enough" or "opportunities are everywhere," your RAS will filter reality to confirm that belief. Your mind literally edits your experience to fit your inner narrative. In a study, neuroscientists found that when people expected a certain outcome, their perception actually shifted to match that expectation, even when the reality was different. In other words, your brain doesn't just interpret reality, it builds it, brick by brick, according to your deepest beliefs. Now imagine what that means for every single decision you make. If you believe that money is hard to come by, your RAS will filter reality to highlight lack, struggle, and setbacks, even when opportunities are right in front of you. But if you believe abundance is everywhere, your RAS will seek out proof of that too. Here's where it gets really exciting. Most people think that success comes down to talent, intelligence, or even luck. But that's only part of the equation. the real difference between people who break through and people who stay stuck, their beliefs and their ability to rewrite them. Let's rewind to a story you've probably heard, but with a twist. In the early 1900s, Henry Ford was in a race to revolutionize the automobile industry. At the time, cars were luxury items, handcrafted, expensive, and reserved for the elite. Everyone in the industry believed that was the only way it could be. But Ford asked a radical question. What if we made cars affordable for the average person? That one belief shattered the invisible rulebook. It led to the invention of the assembly line and a complete transformation of the industry. Today, mass production is the standard, because one man dared to challenge the prevailing belief. Ford didn't just build cars, he built a new reality by rewriting the rules. And here's the secret: you can do the same in your own life. Let's bring this closer to home with a modern-day story. Meet Jasmine. Jasmine worked as a freelance designer. She was talented, hardworking, and passionate, but no matter what she did, she couldn't seem to break past a certain income ceiling. Her belief? I can't charge high rates because clients won't pay. Then one day, she stumbled upon a book about money mindset. It hit her hard. Her struggles weren't about skill or market conditions. They were about her internal programming. So Jasmine made a bold decision. She rewrote her belief. My skills are valuable and clients are happy to invest in my work. At first it felt fake, but she stuck with it, affirming it daily, visualizing clients saying yes to her new rates. Within 3 months, Jasmine doubled her income. She didn't magically become more talented overnight. She simply shifted her belief, and her RAS started filtering in new opportunities. This is the power you hold. Now let's pause for a moment and make this personal. I want you to do a quick mini challenge. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes for just a few seconds and ask yourself, what's one thing I've always believed to be true, but never questioned? It could be something like, I'm just not a lucky person. Relationships are hard. Success requires struggle. People like me don't get ahead. Whatever pops into your mind first, write it down. This simple awareness is huge, because you can't rewrite what you don't recognize. Now, let's take this deeper with a scientific lens. Dr. Joe Dispenza, a leading researcher in neuroscience and human potential, has shown in his studies that thoughts alone can change your brain's wiring. Through a process called neuroplasticity, your brain is constantly reorganizing itself based on what you repeatedly think, feel, and believe. This means your current neural pathways, the ones that tell you, I'm not good enough, or life is hard, aren't permanent. They can be rewired through intentional practice. In fact, an fMRI study from Harvard demonstrated that mental rehearsal alone, visualizing a skill without physically practicing, activated the same regions of the brain as actual physical practice. Participants who imagined playing piano scales showed almost identical brain growth to those who physically practiced. Translation: your imagination is powerful enough to literally rewire your brain and reshape your reality. So when Neville Goddard and other thought leaders talk about living in the end or assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, it's not just spiritual talk, it's science. But here's the challenge. Most of us are running on autopilot. We wake up, think the same thoughts, feel the same emotions, and act in the same ways, day after day. And what does that create? The same reality, on repeat. The only way to break the cycle is to interrupt it, to consciously choose a new belief, a new focus, a new filter for your RAS. Let's recap what we've covered so far. 1. Your RAS filters reality based on your beliefs. 2. Neuroscience proves that your brain literally changes to match your expectations. 3 real-world examples, from Henry Ford to Jasmine, show how belief shifts create real breakthroughs. And here's the golden nugget. The rules of your reality are only as rigid as your belief in them. You don't have to accept the limits you were handed. You don't have to keep playing by someone else's rules. You can negotiate with reality and win. So as we move forward, I want you to keep asking yourself, what rules am I living by? And are they really mine? Or are they just borrowed beliefs? Because in the next section, we're going to unpack exactly where those beliefs came from and how to start uninstalling the ones that no longer serve you. The game is on, and you're holding the pen. Part 2. The Invisible Programming. Unpacking your conditioning. Now that you understand how your beliefs shape your reality, let's dig deeper into a question most people never ask. Where did these beliefs come from in the first place? Because here's the thing, very few of the beliefs running your life right now actually originated with you. From the moment you were born, you were a blank slate. And then, piece by piece, the world around you began to fill that slate in. Your family, your culture, your religion, the media you consumed, the teachers and authority figures you looked up to. This is what's known as conditioning. And it's powerful. Let's be real, most of us didn't choose our core beliefs. They were handed to us. And because we were young and impressionable, we accepted them as truth without question. Think back to some of the phrases you might have heard growing up. Money doesn't grow on trees. Don't get your hopes up. You have to work hard for everything. Good things don't last. Play it safe. These little statements might seem harmless, but over time, they sink deep into your subconscious and become the operating system running in the background of your life. They shape how you think, feel, and act, without you even realizing it. Let's break this down with a simple metaphor. Imagine your mind as a garden. When you were a child, seeds were planted by the people around you. Some of those seeds were positive and empowering, but others, they were weeds, beliefs that choke your growth and keep you small. And unless you become aware of those weeds and actively pull them out, they'll keep spreading. Here's the wild part. These limiting beliefs don't just come from your immediate circle. In today's world, they're amplified by a much bigger force, the digital echo chamber. Let's talk about that. The echo chamber effect. In the age of social media, you're constantly bombarded with messages, whether you realize it or not. Algorithms are designed to feed you content that aligns with what you've already engaged with. This creates a loop, reinforcing your existing beliefs over and over again. This is called a belief echo chamber. If you've ever noticed that the more you focus on something, like a fear or a doubt, the more you start seeing posts, videos, or news stories that confirm it, that's no accident. Your digital environment is mirroring your inner environment. For example, if you've engaged with content about how the economy is collapsing or success is impossible unless you're privileged, guess what? You'll start seeing more of that content, confirming the belief that the world is against you. And over time, it becomes your reality. But here's something to remember. Just because something is loud and repeated often doesn't make it true. Your task? Guard your inputs, because every post, every headline, every conversation shapes your conditioning. Cultural conditioning. Different worlds, different rules. Let's take this even further. Have you ever stopped to consider how different cultures hold completely different belief systems? For instance, in many Western countries, Individual success is highly prized. The belief is you should chase your dreams and stand out. In contrast, many Eastern cultures emphasize collectivism. It's better to stay humble and not outshine the group. Neither belief is inherently true. They're simply programs passed down by culture. Here's another example. In the US, you might hear, "Follow your passion and success will come." Whereas in some developing countries, the prevailing belief is, "Stability is everything, don't take unnecessary risks." These cultural differences create vastly different realities, proof that beliefs shape experience. And that's empowering to realize, because it means no belief is absolute. Every belief is just a program, and every program can be rewritten. If someone on the other side of the world is living a different truth because of different conditioning, you can rewrite yours too. A quick story: the power of new beliefs. Let me tell you about Marco. Marco grew up in a small town where the unspoken rule was, people like us don't succeed in business. His parents worked 9-to-5 jobs their whole lives and drilled into him the idea that entrepreneurship was risky and foolish. For years, Marco followed the script. He stayed in safe jobs, avoided risks, and kept his dreams small. But one day, he attended a workshop where a speaker said something that shattered his worldview. The only difference between you and the people living your dream life is their willingness to question the rules. That hit Marco hard. He realized his fear wasn't coming from his own experience. It was borrowed fear from his environment. So he made a bold choice. He started hanging out with entrepreneurs, reading books about mindset, and feeding his mind new beliefs. Fast forward 2 years. Marco owns a thriving digital marketing agency, and he's the first in his family to break the no business cycle. His secret? He rewrote the program. Your turn, mini reflection. Now it's your turn to do a quick exercise. Grab your notebook or open the Notes app on your phone. I want you to write down 2 beliefs that you now realize were never truly yours, but you've been living by them anyway. For example, I have to stay in a job I hate because it's secure. I'm not creative enough to do what I love. Relationships always end badly. Be brutally honest. The first step to rewriting the code is recognizing it's there. Why awareness is everything. Here's a truth most people overlook. Awareness alone is transformational. The moment you shine a light on a limiting belief, you weaken its grip. Because most limiting beliefs thrive in the dark, hidden, unexamined, and running in the background like malware on your computer. And once you see the belief, you can choose to challenge it, question it, and ultimately replace it. Let's recap. Your beliefs were mostly handed to you from family, culture, media, and your environment. These beliefs shape your perception and reality, even if you're not consciously aware of them. Social media and digital spaces create echo chambers that reinforce your existing beliefs. Cultural conditioning proves that beliefs are not universal, they're flexible. The first step to change is awareness, recognizing what beliefs you've been living by without question. And here's the golden truth. If your current reality was built by old programming, your new reality can be built by new programming. In the next part, we'll dive into exactly how to flip those beliefs and lock in new empowering ones that align with the reality you want to create. Remember, you're not stuck, you're just conditioned, and conditioning can be rewritten. The power is in your hands. Part 3. Flipping the script, rewrite your reality. At this point, You have started to uncover some of the limiting beliefs that have shaped your life. You have seen how those beliefs came from family, culture, and media, and you are becoming aware of how they quietly influence your daily experience. Now it is time for a breakthrough. It is time to flip the script. What does that mean? It means you are no longer living on autopilot, running the same old beliefs over and over. Instead, you are consciously rewriting the story that defines your reality. And here is the key. When the story changes, your reality must change too. First, let us understand why this is so important. Most people spend their entire lives without ever questioning the beliefs they hold. They assume their thoughts are facts, but thoughts are not facts. They are patterns, habits of mind that have been reinforced over time. And any pattern can be rewritten. Let us get practical. Step 1 is to identify the problem. Think about where you feel stuck. Maybe it is in your career, your relationships, your finances, or even your health. Step 2 is to dig deeper and uncover the belief underneath that problem. Ask yourself, what belief keeps this problem alive? For example, problem: I can never seem to get ahead financially. Limiting belief: I'm not smart enough to make good money. Or problem: I always end up in unhappy relationships. Limiting belief: I do not deserve real love. Now comes the powerful part. Step 3 is to flip the script. You are going to take that limiting belief and turn it into a belief that empowers you. For example, old belief: I am not smart enough to make good money. New belief: I am fully capable of learning and growing my financial success. Old belief: I do not deserve real love. New belief: I am worthy of deep, healthy, and fulfilling relationships. It might feel strange at first. That's normal. You're rewiring a belief your brain has rehearsed for years. The new belief is like planting a fresh seed. It takes nurturing. But there is something important to understand here. Writing a new belief alone is not enough. You have to embody it. This is where most people hit a wall. They say the affirmation but do not see results, and then they give up. Why? Because belief without action is hollow. The subconscious mind needs evidence, and that evidence comes from your daily choices. This brings us to a concept called micro-habit anchoring. What is micro-habit anchoring? It is the process of linking your new belief to a small daily action. Every time you take that action, you are telling your brain, this is real. This is who I am now. Let me share a real-life story to illustrate. Sophie had always struggled with confidence. Her belief was, I am too shy to speak up. She flipped it to, I am confident and my voice matters. But she knew that just saying it would not make the shift. So she created a micro-habit. Every day she made it a point to share one thought or idea in a meeting, even if it was just a small comment. At first, it was uncomfortable, but with each tiny act, her confidence grew. Within a few months, Sophie became known as a leader in her team and was asked to head up a major project. Her transformation did not happen overnight. It was the result of combining belief with small, consistent action. Science backs this up. Research shows that small wins build momentum and change your self-image. When you take action aligned with your new belief, your brain starts to look for more ways to confirm that belief. It is a self-reinforcing loop. Think of it like this. New belief: I am strong and healthy. Micro habit: do 5 minutes of stretching each morning. New belief: I am organized and in control of my time. Micro habit: write down the top 3 tasks for the day each morning. These tiny actions anchor the new belief into your reality. Let us make this real for you right now. Grab a notebook or your phone and answer these questions. What is an area of your life where you feel stuck? What is the limiting belief behind it? What is the new empowering belief you want to install? What is one small daily action that can anchor this new belief? For example, stuck area, health. Limiting belief, I do not have time to take care of myself. New belief, my health is a priority and I create time for it. Micro habit, drink a full glass of water right after waking up. Here is another real-world success story. Alex was stuck in a rut with his creative work. His belief was, I am not talented enough to succeed as an artist. He flipped it to, my creativity is valuable and I express it freely. His micro habit was simple. Every single day, no matter what, he spent 15 minutes sketching, rain or shine, inspired or not. That small daily practice transformed his belief and built his portfolio. Within a year, Alex landed his first major art commission. What made the difference? Not just thinking differently, but acting differently in small ways that built massive momentum. Before we move on, I want you to write down one strong affirmation based on your new belief. Here is a template to guide you. I am new belief, and every day my actions prove it is true. For example, I am a confident communicator, and every day I share my ideas with clarity and purpose. Put this affirmation somewhere you will see it daily. Let it become your new compass. To recap, identify where you are stuck. Uncover the limiting belief behind it. Flip that belief into one that empowers you. Anchor the new belief with a micro habit. Affirm it daily and take action. This is not about perfection. It is about consistency. The power is in the repetition. And remember, change does not have to be dramatic. Small shifts, made daily, compound over time to create extraordinary results. Here is your challenge today. Write your new belief, create your micro habit, and before you go to bed tonight, take that first small action. You are no longer a passenger in your own life. You are in the driver's seat, writing the script as you go. In the next part, we will explore how your emotions and energy fuel your transformation, and how to clear any blocks that stand in your way. You are already flipping the script. Now let us make sure it sticks. Part 4, Energy and Emotion, Clearing Blocks and Raising Vibration. Up until now, we have focused on your thoughts and beliefs, the invisible scripts shaping your reality. But there's another crucial layer we must address, your energy. You can adopt the most empowering beliefs, but if your energy is heavy, stuck, or chaotic, you will still struggle to create real change. Why? Because your energy field is the signal you are constantly sending out into the world. It determines how life responds to you. As Neville Goddard and many spiritual teachers have said, your inner state creates your outer experience, and your emotions are the bridge between your thoughts and your energetic field. Let's make this clear with a simple metaphor. Imagine you are carrying a backpack full of bricks. Each brick represents a heavy emotion: fear, guilt, anger, regret, or any limiting belief that has weighed you down for years. Every time you try to move forward with that backpack, you feel drained. No matter how motivated you are, you get pulled back. Emotional baggage acts like invisible chains, draining your energy and stalling your momentum. The good news, you can let go of those bricks, starting now. The brick release technique. Let's walk through a powerful exercise to begin clearing your energy. Step 1. Identify a brick you've been carrying. It could be a deep-seated fear, a painful memory, or a limiting belief. Step 2. Close your eyes and visualize yourself holding that brick. Notice its weight, its size, its color. Feel how heavy it is. Step 3. Take a deep breath and imagine yourself dropping the brick. Watch it fall away and feel the immediate relief in your body. Step 4. Visualize a warm, golden light filling the space where the brick used to be. Let that light expand through your entire body, bringing peace and strength. This simple act of visualization can create real emotional release. Your subconscious does not distinguish between real and vividly imagined experiences. When you let go of the brick in your mind, your body starts to let it go too. The emotional frequency scale. To understand why this works, let's look at the science of vibration. Dr. David Hawkins created the Hawkins scale of consciousness, which maps emotions based on their vibrational frequency, from the lowest states to the highest. Here is a quick snapshot. Shame, 20. Guilt, 30. Fear, 100. Anger, 150. Courage, 200. Neutrality, 250. Acceptance, 350. Love, 500. Joy, 540. Peace, 600. What does this mean for you? When you stay in emotions like guilt, shame, or fear, you vibrate at a low frequency, which attracts more struggle and limitation. But when you elevate into emotions like courage, love, and peace, your energy expands. You gain clarity, creativity, and resilience, and life responds by reflecting that back to you. The goal is not to be high vibe 24/7. That's unrealistic. But it is about becoming aware of where you are emotionally and using tools to shift upward when you need to. The science of coherence. Another important discovery comes from the HeartMath Institute, which studies how emotions affect your body and brain. Their research shows that your heart and brain are closely linked. When you feel positive emotions, like gratitude or compassion, your heart rhythm becomes smooth and balanced. This is called coherence. In this state, your nervous system, immune system, and even hormones work in harmony. You feel calm, focused, and resilient. But when you feel stress or fear, your heart rhythm becomes chaotic, throwing your system out of balance. You may feel anxious, scattered, or fatigued. In other words, your emotions don't just impact your mood, they have a real, measurable effect on your physical health and decision-making. The body reset technique. Sometimes, no matter how hard you try to think positively, you still feel stuck. That is when it's time to work through your body. Remember, emotions are energy in motion. When you feel blocked, one of the fastest ways to shift is through physical movement. Here's a simple body reset technique. Step 1. Stand up and shake out your hands, arms, and legs for 30 seconds. Step 2. Take 3 deep breaths. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Step 3. Lightly jump in place for 10 seconds or stretch your arms high overhead. This quick reset breaks up stagnant energy and signals to your nervous system that it's safe to let go. High performers often use this trick before big moments to get back into flow fast. Your challenge today. Now it's your turn. Choose one emotion or belief that feels heavy today. Write it down. Then go through the brick release technique to let it go. Follow that up with the body reset to lock in your lighter energy. Lastly, ask yourself, what action would I take today if I were moving from a place of courage, love, or peace? Write down your answer and take that action. The ripple effect. This work is not just personal, it's powerful on a collective level. Your energy impacts every space you enter. Think about walking into a room where tension is high. You can feel it without a word being spoken. That's energy. When you raise your vibration, you uplift everyone around you. And when more people do this, we create a ripple effect that lifts the collective energy of the world. Quick recap. Emotions are energy in motion. Heavy emotions weigh you down like bricks. The brick release technique helps clear stuck emotions. The Hawkins scale shows how emotions vibrate at different levels. HeartMath research proves that positive emotions bring balance and clarity. The body reset technique uses movement to quickly clear stuck energy. Your emotions aren't obstacles. They're messengers, guiding you to what still needs clearing. When you listen and release what no longer serves you, you rise. You do not have to carry any brick that weighs you down. The power to let go and rise higher is already within you. In the next part, we will explore how to sustain your progress and create deep, lasting transformation. For now, breathe deeply, release what is heavy, and step into your next level. Part 5. Alignment. Quantum shifts through full-spectrum alignment. We have explored the power of beliefs, emotions, and clearing blocks. Now we step into the part where true transformation accelerates, the part where everything integrates into one powerful system. The secret is alignment. Alignment means bringing your thoughts, emotions, and actions into full harmony. When these three forces work together, you unlock a flow state where life begins to feel effortless. You stop forcing things to happen and instead allow success to come to you. Let's break down this alignment triangle. Thoughts, what you focus on, the stories and beliefs you hold. Emotions, the feelings that fuel and energize your reality. Actions, the tangible steps you take to bring your desires to life. Most struggles happen because people are out of sync. You might think positive thoughts but feel doubtful. Or you feel inspired but take no real action. Or you act but carry underlying fear. True breakthroughs happen when these three are aligned, when your mind, heart, and body move as one. The simple rule is, thoughts set the vision, emotions fuel the energy, actions bring the vision into reality. Why visualization alone falls short? Visualization is a tool you may have tried before, but the truth is, many people do it halfway. They picture their goal but fail to fully feel it. And without emotion, visualization is weak. Your subconscious responds best to vivid, emotionally charged experiences. The more lifelike your vision feels, the more your mind accepts it as real and starts to create it. This is where sensory stacking comes in. What is sensory stacking? Sensory stacking is the practice of adding layers of sensory detail to your visualization. Instead of just seeing the image, you bring in sound, touch, smell, and even taste. Why? Because your subconscious can't tell vivid imagination from reality. The more senses you layer in, the deeper it locks in. Let's walk through an example. Imagine your goal is to give a successful speech on stage. Visualize it. See the bright lights, the audience, your confident stance. Hear the applause and your voice booming through the speakers. Feel the warmth of the lights and the smoothness of the microphone. Smell the fresh air or the subtle scent of your clothes. Taste the water you sipped before going on stage. Suddenly, you are not just watching a scene, you are living it. This depth leaves a strong imprint on your subconscious and starts shifting your energetic field. Maya's quantum leap. To illustrate how alignment creates real breakthroughs, let's look at Maya's story. Maya was a wellness coach feeling stuck at a financial plateau. She had tried visualizing success, but was frustrated that nothing shifted. After learning full spectrum alignment, she changed her approach. Her goal was to launch a new group program and enroll 20 clients. First, she aligned her thoughts. I am a successful coach. Clients love working with me. Then she powered those thoughts with deep emotion. Every morning, she visualized Zoom calls with happy clients, felt the excitement of receiving payments, and soaked in gratitude for her impact. She added sensory stacking, heard her phone pinging with notifications, pictured excited emails from new clients, felt the texture of her office chair, and saw her organized workspace. Finally, she aligned her actions, posted valuable content daily, personally reached out to 5 potential clients each day. Within 6 weeks, Maya filled her program and even had a waiting list. What seemed impossible before became her new reality, not because of luck, but because of deep alignment. The morning quantum alignment practice. Let's put this into action with a simple 5-minute daily routine. Step 1. Clarify 1 minute. Write down your key focus for the day. Example: today, I focus on expanding my network. Step 2. Visualize with sensory stacking. 2 minutes. Close your eyes and fully picture your goal as if it has already happened. Engage all senses. Example: see a message confirming a new partnership. Hear the excitement. Feel the pride. Step 3. Choose your aligned action. 1 minute. Pick one clear action you will take today. Example: reach out to 3 new contacts. Step 4. Affirm and energize. 1 minute. Say your affirmation aloud. Example: I am aligned with success, and every action I take creates positive impact. Take a deep breath and step into your day energized and focused. Why this works. Scientific studies in neuroplasticity prove that repeating aligned thoughts, emotions, and actions rewires your brain. The more you reinforce the pattern, the stronger it becomes. Quantum physics also shows that everything is energy. When your inner state vibrates in harmony, you naturally attract matching experiences, often in ways that feel sudden or unexpected. This is why people often experience what we call quantum leaps, rapid breakthroughs that defy logic. Your challenge today. Try the morning quantum alignment tomorrow. Set a reminder. Pick one goal. Immerse yourself fully with sensory stacking. Take one action that aligns with your vision. Journal about your experience. How did you feel? Did you notice a shift? Let's recap. Alignment brings thoughts, emotions, and actions into sync. Sensory stacking makes visualization vivid and impactful. Maya's case study proves that alignment leads to real-world success. The morning quantum alignment keeps you focused and energized every day. Remember, when you are fully aligned, you do not need to chase success. It flows to you naturally. In the next part, we will explore how to maintain your progress over the long term and lock in your transformation as a way of life. For now, step into alignment and watch your reality transform. Part 6. Momentum and Mastery, Making Your New Reality Stick. You have made incredible progress so far. You have identified your limiting beliefs, flipped the script, aligned your energy, and taken meaningful action. But here is a key truth that many people overlook. Transformation is not a one-time event. It is a lifestyle. Think of it like updating your phone or computer. When you install a new system update, everything runs smoothly at first. But over time, if you stop maintaining it, things slow down, glitches appear, and performance dips. The same thing happens with your mindset. You can have the biggest breakthrough in the world, but if you do not keep reinforcing it, your mind will drift back to its old familiar patterns. That is why momentum and mastery matter. The power of small wins. The secret to lasting transformation is not massive, dramatic actions. It is the small wins you accumulate daily. Every time you follow through on a micro habit, no matter how tiny, you are sending a signal to your brain that says, "This is who I am now." Over time, these signals rewire your neural pathways and make your new identity stick. Never underestimate the power of simple habits. Something as basic as writing down your goals every morning or taking a few deep breaths when you feel triggered can create a ripple effect that changes everything. Anchoring through daily routines. To lock in your progress, I encourage you to create 2 simple routines, one in the morning and one in the evening. These routines act as anchors that keep you aligned with your new reality. Morning routine, 5 to 7 minutes. Gratitude. List 3 things you are grateful for. Affirmation. Speak your core new belief out loud. Visualization. Spend 2 minutes seeing and feeling your goal as already real. Evening routine, 3 to 5 minutes. Reflection. Ask yourself, did I act in alignment with my new reality today? Celebrate. Acknowledge one win, no matter how small. Reset. Decide one small improvement for tomorrow. These routines may seem simple, but their power comes from consistency. Over time, they become as natural as brushing your teeth. The trigger tracker. Even with strong routines, triggers, those little moments that pull you back into old patterns, can sneak up on you. That is why I recommend using a trigger tracker. Here is how it works. Whenever you notice yourself slipping, procrastinating, doubting, reacting emotionally, pause and identify the trigger. Write it down. At the end of each week, review your list. What patterns do you notice? Example: you realize that scrolling social media often triggers feelings of inadequacy. With that awareness, you can set new boundaries, like limiting your scrolling to 15 minutes a day. The goal isn't perfection, it's building unstoppable momentum through awareness. Empowerment anchors. In addition to tracking triggers, you can reinforce your momentum by creating empowerment anchors, physical or digital cues that remind you of your power and commitment. Here are a few easy ideas. Phone alarm. Set a daily alarm with a powerful message, like "I am unstoppable" or "Today I create magic." Sticky notes. Place affirmations on your mirror, desk, or fridge. Symbolic objects. Carry a small item, like a bracelet or stone, that grounds you when you touch it. These anchors keep your new identity front and center throughout the day, especially when things get hectic. A story of mastery. Liam's breakthrough. Liam had always struggled with self-confidence. After his initial breakthrough, he noticed that critical feedback at work would quickly drag him back into self-doubt. Instead of giving up, Liam got strategic. He used a trigger tracker to spot his biggest challenge, his reaction to criticism. He set a simple rule. Every time he felt triggered, he would pause, take a breath, and silently affirm, "I am learning and growing stronger." He also created a daily empowerment anchor, a phone alarm that said, "You are a leader." Within months, Liam's confidence transformed. His team noticed, his performance improved, and he earned a promotion. His success was not luck. It was the result of consistent, mindful practice. Build your circle. One thing that accelerates progress is community. Find a friend or join a group that is also working on personal growth. Commit to checking in weekly, sharing wins, challenges, and lessons. When you have support, you are far more likely to stay committed. Do not have a group yet? Invite a friend to join you, or start small by sharing your progress on social media. You never know who you might inspire. Your challenge today. Here is your action plan for today. Set up your morning and evening anchors. Start your trigger tracker. Keep it simple in your notes app or journal. Create one empowerment anchor today. Bonus, reach out to someone and invite them to join you in this journey. Let's recap. Momentum is built through small, consistent wins. Morning and evening routines act as anchors to keep your new reality alive. The trigger tracker helps you spot patterns and respond with awareness. Empowerment anchors reinforce your new identity throughout the day. A supportive community amplifies your progress. Remember this: you're not just changing your mindset, you're rewriting your entire source code. And every time you reinforce your new identity, you make it stronger, faster, and more powerful. In the next section, we will wrap everything up and step fully into your role as the master coder of your reality. For now, keep your momentum strong, because each small step is shaping your future in ways you cannot yet imagine. 7. Conclusion. You are the master coder. We have come full circle. Throughout this journey, you have learned that your reality is not something happening to you. It is something created by you. You are not just a passive observer in the game of life. You are the author, the director, and the lead actor. But let's take that image one step further. You are not only playing the game, you are the coder. Every belief you hold, every thought you entertain, every emotion you allow, and every action you take, they are all lines of code that shape the reality you experience. The beauty is that the code is not fixed. It can be rewritten at any time. And who has the power to rewrite it? You do. This entire process we've explored: awareness, belief flipping, energy clearing, alignment. It is all part of teaching you one truth. Your consciousness is the source code of your life. When your thoughts are clear, your beliefs are empowering, your emotions are elevated, and your actions are aligned, you step into your full power as the master coder of your reality. Let's quickly revisit what you've mastered. Awareness. Becoming conscious of the hidden scripts running your life. Belief. Flipping limiting beliefs and replacing them with empowering truths. Action. Anchoring new beliefs through small, consistent steps. Energy. Clearing emotional blocks and raising your vibration. Alignment. Syncing thoughts, emotions, and actions to create flow. Each of these is a tool in your coding toolkit, a way to continuously update and refine the reality you experience. And here's the most exciting part. When one person awakens to their power, it creates a ripple. But when many people awaken, that ripple becomes a wave that can lift the energy of entire communities, even the world. Imagine a world where more and more people step into their true creative power, where fear and scarcity are replaced by love, abundance, and connection. That is not just a dream. It is a reality we are building together, one conscious choice at a time. So as we close this chapter, I want to remind you, the power is, and always has been, within you. You are the coder. You are the creator. You are the game changer. Now go out there and write the reality you were born to live. You now hold the keys to transforming your reality. But remember, this journey is not just about learning. It is about doing. Your next step is to put everything you've learned into practice. Keep a daily journal to track your progress and insights. Commit to small, consistent actions that reinforce your new beliefs. Reflect regularly on how your energy is shifting. But here's something even more powerful. Don't keep this strength to yourself. Your story matters. Every breakthrough you have, every limiting belief you flip, every vibration you raise, it all creates a ripple effect. When you share your journey, you inspire others to rise with you. So here's how you can take action right now. 1. Drop a comment below. Let the world know you're stepping into your power. Even something as simple as, I am rewriting my source code. 2. Subscribe to the channel to stay connected and keep leveling up. This is just the beginning of your awakening journey. 3. Share this video with at least one person who needs to hear this message. You never know whose life you might change with a simple share. Every small action you take, whether it's a journal entry, a comment, or a share, is like writing a new line of code for your future. And collectively, these choices are reshaping the world around us. So step into your role as the master coder, take action, share your light, and let's build a new reality together.